Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. Bold and the beautiful. Luna's cunning trick frees her from prison. The Los Angeles skyline glowed pink and gold as dusk settled over the Forrester estate. Behind the high walls and lush gardens, secrets festered, and one of them was about to come undone. Luna Nozawa paced the small holding cell, her ankle monitor glinting under the fluorescent light. She had always been underestimated, seen as a spoiled rich kid, a wannabe socialite, but they didn't understand her fire. They didn't know what she was capable of. Luna's conviction had been swift: attempted murder, kidnapping. Her name was spoken in whispers across the Spencer and Forrester families. Her grandmother, Sheila Carter, had warned her to step away. But Luna had been blinded by her desire for her father, Finn, and by the belief that eliminating Steffi Forrester was the only way to win his attention. Her plan had failed. She ended up behind bars, at least temporarily. But Luna never accepted defeat. And tonight, she would execute the trick she had crafted with slow, methodical patience. For months she had been watching, listening, every shift change, every guard's rhythm, every cell door's squeak. She'd noticed the one guard who typed alone at the desk late, the one who slipped out for coffee unattended. That guard had a weakness. He liked to gamble, and through a contraband phone that she'd smuggled in, she found the right pressure point. At exactly 2:37 a.m., the guard's phone buzzed. Luna's pre-recorded message had triggered. The gambling site message appeared, showing the guard had lost thousands, and a screenshot on his phone implied he was risking more than money, his job. When he looked up, Luna stared back through the cell bars, calm, collected. "We have an arrangement," she texted him earlier. If he left the corridor unsecured for exactly 7 minutes, she would transfer funds anonymously to cover his loss, and vanish. The guard swallowed hard. He glanced at his co-workers. One dozed at the desk. Another scribbled paperwork. Opportunity. He stood, walked to the corridor and left the security door ajar. Luna exhaled, and walked out. She wasn't strong, but she was cunning. Her jacket, sewn beneath the mattress, carried a stolen guard keycard. She tapped it, and the door clicked open. She slipped past the corridor, avoiding cameras. The guard, back at the station, pretended to check monitors, his poker face intact, but his heart pounding. Luna's destination: the evidence locker. She needed one thing: her file. With it she could exploit a loophole. Deep within the file was a note. The DNA evidence chain of custody had a gap. A clerk had misfiled a log on the night Luna was taken into custody. The Forrester and Spencer legal teams would never overlook it. They would be forced to negotiate. The trick was to get the file outside. She picked the lock to the door with a thin plastic clip she'd fashioned from a cell tray. Within minutes, the door clicked. Inside, the file cabinets stood like silent judges. She found her folder, the one stamped, case #B&B, 2025, Luna Nozawa. Quickly she pulled it out, photographed the key page with the phone she'd hidden in her sock, then slid the folder back out of sight. But the trick didn't stop there. She had arranged for an ally on the outside, Electra Forrester's driver, bribed with a promise of half the payout once Luna was freed. At precisely 3:02 a.m., the driver pulled up under the guard shack, honking twice. The guard nodded, the cue. Luna slipped out the emergency exit door, bypassing the final checkpoint via a side staircase. The monitor on her ankle blinked red, but the signal was jammed by a device she'd planted days earlier in a maintenance closet. The system logged an error. In the confusion, the guard looked away, assuming a system glitch. Luna emerged onto the street, cold night air on her face. "Nothing is going to stop me now," she whispered. She climbed into the waiting car and they sped off into the night. Within 48 hours, legal maneuvering began. The photographed evidence, the chain of custody gap, had leaked to the Spencer law firm. They confronted the DA's office. Proceed with the case and risk dismissal, or negotiate. The Forrester and Spencer families gathered in tense conference rooms. Steffi glared, Finn's face was expressionless, and Bill Spencer looked furious. But Luna's trick had worked. She had forced their hand. The outcome: a plea bargain. Luna would serve the remainder of her sentence under house arrest, in Bill Spencer's mansion, an arrangement privately brokered to keep the scandal hidden, uphold appearances, and control her movements. She had traded prison bars for velvet drapes, but she was free. Back in the mansion's study, Luna sat in a leather chair, the ankle monitor still on. She sipped champagne, her victory gnawed to irony. Sheila entered quietly. "You did it," she said. Luna grinned. "I always had to watch the guards," she replied. "They don't expect the inmate to be the real strategist." Sheila smiled. Pride and caution mingled. "Now the question is, what's your next move?" Luna's eyes gleamed. "Now, I begin anew." In the Forrester mansion, Finn paced, stunned by the deal. He had no idea Luna had slipped out. He had seen her file hit the table, had watched the legal pivot, and realized, too late, that her plan had been executed while everyone was distracted with him and Steffi. Luna had turned their attention into her advantage. Steffi demanded action. "She's dangerous," she hissed. "You let her out just so she can try again." But Bill, ever the businessman, had made the decision. Manage the threat by containing it. House arrest in a big house beats public trial and prison. He preferred quiet control over explosive headlines. Luna reclined, wrapping a silk shawl around her shoulders. "They think they locked me away," she murmured to Sheila. "But prison was preparation." Sheila laughed softly. "Preparation for what?" "For freedom," Luna replied. "For the next chapter." She leaned forward. "They'll expect me to be broken, remorseful, harmless." She paused, tasting the moment. "They'll see whatever I show them. And then I will move." Sheila raised an eyebrow. "Move how?" Luna stood, walked to the window overlooking the city. "From the inside out. I'll win Finn's attention. I'll get what I want. And I'll make sure none of them forget me." Sheila nodded. "Just remember, you pulled off one trick. Now you must keep your guard up." Luna smiled. "I already am." Outside, the city lights blinked. Luna's silhouette against the glass looked poised, dangerous, triumphant. The game had changed. She was the wild card now, free but monitored, trapped in luxury but alive, and in control. In the weeks that followed, Luna made her moves subtle. She sent anonymous art pieces to Forrester Creations, referencing her time served. She arranged chance encounters with Will Spencer, flirtation thinly veiled as remorse. She whispered in Finn's ear at the mansion holiday party, "Freedom changes a person." Finn shivered. Steffi eyed Luna with suspicion. Bill watched every step, publicly claiming to protect the city, but privately impressed by Luna's audacity. The ankle monitor remained, blinking quietly at her ankle, but Luna ignored it. She'd outsmarted the system, and now the system would carry her forward, like a leash she would use to drag her pursuers closer. As the season turned, one thing became clear. Luna might have been behind bars, but she never stopped planning. And freedom for her was not an end. It was a beginning. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment and share.